Hey there YouTube, this is Mayank, and in this video we will be creating this simple stopwatch using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So what we are going to do, we will be like, this is the heading, and then this is the minute, second, and this millisecond one, and then we are going to have three buttons. So one is to start, other one is to stop, and then last one is to reset. So this is a simple application we will be building in this video. So, and I have already created the folder structure for this one as well, like index.html file, style, and index.js file. So if you want to code alone, create these three files and let's begin. Okay, so yeah, these files are ready and I have added the boilerplate code for this HTML part, and I have also included this style.css and JavaScript file as well. Okay, so start with HTML. First of all, let's create a div with wrapper class. Okay, and inside this div we need one heading, stopwatch, and then here we need three spans. So first one, let's give the ID of minutes and give it 00 space, another span for seconds, and the last span that will be for millisecond. Yeah, MIL. Okay, let me just move it to this side as well, little bit this side. Okay, yeah, that's good. And now we need three buttons as well. Let's give the ID of start, okay, stop, and third one is reset button. Let's change the IDs as well, stop and reset. Okay, so yeah, done with the HTML part. Let's move to the CSS part. First of all, go with the body, make background color black, font family. Okay, yeah, so let's go with sans serif. Okay, Arial sans serif, good. Okay, I have to make it center as well, so position, make it absolute, and from top and left make it 50%. Sorry, yeah, what was that? Yeah, 50% from top and from left as well. And add the transform property. Yeah, translate it to 50% from both. Okay, yeah, minus 50 from this one and minus 50 from this one. Yeah, now yeah, what was the class? Wrapper class. Yeah, for wrapper class choose color white. Okay, now all the things are visible, and text align center, and justify content as center as well. Okay, yeah, now everything is center. Now let's first change this stopwatch heading. So for this one, let's take font family Roboto. Okay, yeah, Roboto, sans serif, add some font weight as well, font weight of 100. Okay, and transform it to text transform uppercase. Yeah, and change the font size as well, so 2em maybe. Let's make it 3. Yeah, okay, now it's good. Now for the p tag as well, so let's take font size of 5 em for this one. Yeah, okay, yeah, now it's good. Okay, font size of 5 em. That's it for this one. And now for buttons. Okay, so I have already written this code, so let me copy this one. It's going to take lots of time to manage the buttons and all, so instead of writing that, just let's copy paste it. Okay, yeah, so it's pretty similar to the application that I showed you in the beginning. This is start, stop and reset button. Yeah, everything is good. Now we have to add the functionality, so let's move to the JavaScript part and write some JavaScript. Okay, so yeah, first of all, let's declare few variable. First one for start with the beginning, minutes, minutes, make it 00, where seconds, okay, nice way. Seconds as well, 00, and then another variable for millisecond, make it 00 as well. And now yeah, buttons, button start, yeah, button is start, so document dot get element by id. The id is start itself, and it is supposed to be go inside the quotes. Okay, start, stop, and then reset. Yeah, button stop, and third one is button reset. Sorry for that, my dog is having some issue, so there may be some noise in the background. Yeah, now let's do one thing. Instead of writing document dot get element by id and appending that every time, so append minutes will be appended with document dot get element by id in minutes. Okay, and then second one is seconds, and this one was what id I gave it to, millisecond, I guess. Yeah, seconds, minutes and millisecond. Okay, yeah, so append minutes, and instead of minute, seconds, and for this one let's give milliseconds. Okay, so yeah, done with all the variable declaration. So now let's write the functions. So first of all, for button start, let's start with this. So button start dot on click, and it is going to be a function, and inside this function, what we are going to do, we are going to set an interval. So what is interval is going to do, it will be incrementing, we are going to set interval, and inside this we are going to pass a function. So this is going to be a start timer function, and then after 10 millisecond. Yeah, so now this timer function, we will start timer function, we'll talk about it later. Now let's button stop. So what button stop will do, button stop will stop the timer. Okay, so yeah, for button timer, same on click method and a function, and inside this function what we are going to do, we are going to set the clear interval function, and inside this we are going to pass simply interval. So what it will do, it will clear the interval, means it will stop the functioning. Okay, so now for button reset, same on click method, and then inside the function what we are going to do, this clear interval is going to be same for this one as well, but other than this we are going to do a few more changes in that. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to reset this timer. So we have to declare all the variables to 0. So minute is going to 0, then second is going to 0 as well, and then millisecond as well. So now all three are 0. Okay, so we have to append this to our HTML as well. So I've already created the variable and I'm going to use them. So append minutes.innerHTML is going to equal to minutes, and same for second. Append second.innerHTML will be equals to second. Yeah. Okay. So now for millisecond as well, it is going to be like append millisecond.innerHTML equals to millisecond. Okay. So done with this one as well. Now move to main function, which is like a start timer function. So in a start timer, what we have to do, we have to just start with like incrementing the millisecond, and after incrementing we have to check few conditions. So if our millisecond is like value of millisecond is less than 9, so we have to append a 0. Yeah, so we have to append a 0 before the actual value. So what we are going to do, we are going to append millisecond.innerHTML, so 0 plus the actual value. And same, if it is greater than 9, we don't have to include any preceding 0. So yeah, same if condition, and if millisecond is greater than 9, then it is going to be like append millisecond dot yeah, I'm not going to repeat this every time. So yeah, just we have to append this millisecond. And if it is greater than 100, yeah, if it is greater than 99, that means that we have reached at 1 second. So what we are going to do, we are going to first increment the second part. So second variable is going to be incremented every time if it is greater than 100, and then we have to just simply append it to our HTML part. So this append will append the incremented value to our web page. So same preceding 0 and then the actual value of second. And there are a few things we have to do. We have to reset the millisecond value as well. So first assign the millisecond variable 0 value, and then same thing, append it on the HTML page. So same append millisecond dot inner HTML equals to actual millisecond value. So that is 0 at that time. Okay. So now done with this one. Now we have to check for second as well. So okay, now if our second is less than 9, then simply we have to like add a preceding 0 to this, same as we did for millisecond a few lines back. And now if it is greater than 9, second is greater than 9, then same thing. Sorry for this. Yeah. So okay, yeah. So if second is greater than 59, then it is going to be like 1 minute. And for this one we have to increment minute and like this append it to the web page. Or we have to change the second value to 0 and then append it to web page. Same thing as we do for millisecond when second got incremented, and same if minute got incremented, we have to reset the value of second to 0. And now we have to check condition, like if minute is greater than 9, then there is no need for a preceding 0. So yeah, we have to like set it on our HTML page that now put the actual minute value. So yeah, like this is the code. Let me check once if I missed something. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, there is this issue. I put button reset instead of button stop. So now I think like everything is good. Okay, yeah. Style is good. I have already added this one. Okay, yeah. So let's check start. So wait for a few seconds. Like let's check it for a minute and fast forward. So all functionalities are working fine. So it's the simple project. You can start with this one, and like you will learn like how things work in JavaScript and all that. So If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share it with your peers who are learning basic JavaScript and started with the web development. So you can share it with them, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
From London to Taiwan, I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.